Well, hello and welcome to everyone currently tuned in to Mikey Live. This is another Mikey Live program. We say it's news discussed, not told, and we are happy to have you with us for another day. So many things to tell you about on the program today. Of course, we are happy that the first time viewers are here with us. We are happy that the usual suspects are here with us. Let's take a look at what we will be discussing tonight. Mandatory vaccination is like medical rape, says the Public Workers Union president. Public workers to finally receive their 4% retroactive pay at the end of the month, October. You can expect to see that on your paychecks. Close call for commuters on the western side of the island at Non-Pariel, to be exact. We'll show you some footage that we were able to obtain with this large landslide. It was almost like, I don't know, man. You know, the scene of a movie. We'll be sharing that with you in a moment. Ministry officials provide update on COVID-19 situation here in Grenada. As well, Grenadians are warned, despite the severity of your symptoms from COVID-19, you can suffer from something that is called long COVID. That can be very devastating, even more than your initial infection. We'll talk about that in a moment. And as well, outpatient clinic resumes at the General Hospital. We'll talk to you about that in a moment as well. And Consortium of banks to acquire the banking operation of CIBC First Caribbean Bank. We'll talk to you about that as well. And we have a lot more to tell you about. And it's a little bit of time we have tonight, well, as usual, but we're going to see how much we can get into that short space of time that we have, of course. Again, thank you for joining us. If you have not yet done so, we'd like to encourage you to please go ahead and share the business, share the program, so that other people can get to know that we are live. We got to let you know the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of the Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Coats Grenada Limited, Digicel, Nawasa, the Housing Authority of Grenada, the Ministry of Agriculture, and of course we want to say thank you to as well the folks down at the Real Value IGA supermarket, and of course superb distributors. Thanks again. Of course, we're taking a break and we'll be back, and when we come back it could be real news in all your lily lolo. So all embrace all yourself and thing now. We are coming back again. If you have not yet done so, it costs you nothing to share the business.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
Let's get on breed larceny. It will destroy our economy. Larceny threatens our food security. Can hurt us locally, hurt us globally. To all the buyers, ask for license from all produce sellers. To all the people, 300 for police for them thieving fellas. To all the farmers, please don't steal produce from your brother. Then you're selling to traffickers, hotels and street vendors. Nah, man. Let's do all we can to stop radio larceny. New vigilance, new laws, and a tough judiciary. Stop Grenada's organized business crime. It's time.
To report pre-deal larceny, call 300.
It's your summer everything loan from the Communal. Borrow up to $10,000 for all your needs. School supplies, staycation, home renovations, appliances or furniture. You can have it all with a summer everything loan. With competitive interest rates and same-day approvals, you can't beat this loan special. Not a member? Join today to get onto this exciting offer. It's your summer everything loan from the Communal. Apply today and take advantage of this exciting offer. Visit the nearest Communal branch or call us at 440-1755 for more information. Lending terms and conditions apply.
smooth, delicious, and packed with vitamins that could only be one thing. It's Rika Almond Beverage. Great on its own or a lovely addition to smoothies. So call Superb Distributors on 435-2948 or visit us at Tempe St. George's today. Remember, Rika is life and life is Rika.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016 or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Government, private sector, civil society, academia, farmers, the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Forestry, in collaboration with the Food and Agriculture Organization, invites you to World Food Day 2021, the virtual edition, under the theme, Our Actions Are Our Future, Better Production, Better Nutrition, a Better Environment, and a Better Life. Join us October 15 from 9:30 a.m. via Zoom, Facebook, GIS, and Real FM as we recognize and celebrate the many successes of the agriculture sector.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only. All right, welcome back to the program. Now, just a bit of notice for you, the general public, you're hereby advised that the contact number to reach personnel at the National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA, are 440-8390 or 440-8391 or 440-8392. So those numbers again are, and that's for NADMA, 440-8390, 440-8391 or 440-8392. All right, please be guided accordingly. Now, Ollie, the next thing that we have to tell Ollie about, boy, one man who was known to be a police officer, very, very popular individual. His name is Lion. According to one family member, has died. Now, you guys would know Lion. He liked a lot of music in his vehicle. You also would know him as a driving instructor, particularly in the St. John area, and of course associated with the police station at Grove in St. John for many years. The news came into us earlier today that he passed away. All right, and I just thought that I should share because he was that popular. I mean, those were in his younger days, you know, but you all know Lion, yeah? So just thought that we should share that information with you, that Lion, according to one family member, has passed away. Okay, it was a close call for commuters today at Nonpareil in St. Mark. Take a look at that. This happened this afternoon where a landslide came down from the hills and went straight across the road. And what you're looking at now, it has totally blocked off the main road heading to the north of the island, that is Soteres and St. Patrick and all that. Yes. Luckily, no one was hurt, at least that we know about, all right, in that incident. How this happened, I don't even know. All right, but it happened, and there was one guy who was saying this just happened as soon as he passed by, the slide came down, so he was able to come back, after learning of what happened, and took some video shots and so on of that particular incident. I know that this impeded the flow of traffic for quite a while. In fact, I tried to find out whether or not it is totally cleared. I know there were efforts being made earlier today to clear it up, but I'm not too sure the degree of success as it relates to that, all right? But thank God, we could have been telling a totally different story today. I know that there were a lot of rain, and some areas got a lot of rain, but I don't know if that had anything to do with that slide, whether or not the soil there got a bit saturated, or whether or not stones got loose and caused this major landslide in the non-Pariel area again. It happened today, this afternoon, and of course we're happy to report that we have not received any reports of injuries owing to this particular problem. All right, speaking of a problem, the next thing that we have to tell you about the problem of the pandemic is continuing to be it continues to be what we speak about. And so today there was another mini series of post-cabinet briefings, and today it featured medical officials talking about the current COVID-19 situation in Grenada. And I thought this update was very important to share with you, as delivered by the Permanent Secretary, Hannah Julian St. Paul.
I will commence from going back to the week of September 21st to September 27th. Within our health system, our hospital, we would have seen an average number of new cases of 113 persons. We had death occurring at the number of 55. Hospitalization during that period was 74. Our vaccination uptake for that said period, first dose administered was 1,296, and our second dose administered was 1,134, with an average test positivity rate of 17.9. We went further to the week of October 5th to October 11th, 2021. And we had an average number of new cases of 31. Death during that period was 18. Hospitalization during that period, 23. And our vaccination uptake during that period, first dose, 951. Second dose administered was 1,918. An average test positivity rate was 7.6. which was still a bit high than the recommended positivity test rate of 5% recommended by World Health Organization.
Now, she also alluded to the fact that Grenada, the numbers are decreasing, and so we are getting more and more comfortable with our numbers. But one of the things that is really bothering the officials is the fact that what they are seeing is that less persons are coming forward to be vaccinated, and she's saying that they are concerned about that, and it might just be as a result of the fact that people are now getting comfortable to where we are.
As it relates to community spread. Our data showed a weekly decline in COVID-19 new cases, hospitalization, death, and test positivity rate. However, as the COVID-19 situation improved, there has been a decline over the last 3 weeks in the number of persons coming forward to receive their first dose of COVID-19 vaccine. This is a bit troubling for us at the Ministry of Health. It leaves us to ask the question, are we getting comfortable with the decline in the positivity rate? The number of new infections has been dropping consistently in the last 3 weeks. However, one death is one too many. We wish to take the opportunity to appeal to all. Let us not lower our guard because the reduced level of positivity and restrictions. Let us all remember that while the numbers are down, the virus is still in our midst.
Thank you very much. As we move on. Now, you might be happy to hear that the outpatient clinic at the General Hospital and other hospitals to soon follow suit are going to be resumed. And of course, that is owing to the fact again that things are improving on the ground. Here is Dr. Taisha Donald, who addressed this matter at today's post-cabinet briefing.
In light of this decrease in the active cases on island and the decrease in the positivity rate to 8.8% currently, the administration of the General Hospital made a decision to do some changes within our hospital services. So within our hospital services, we have a few things that we would change effective. Some would have started already and some will continue to be rolled out from next week. The first step would be the resumption of our outpatient clinics. Now, in order for us to resume our outpatient clinics, it is important that the public cooperate with us. Of course, for persons to come into clinic, it would mean that they have to wear their mask properly and they have to follow the guidelines as set. First, wear your mask, sanitize your hands, and avoid social distancing. Appointments will be given, and the medical records department will contact persons so that they will know what time they need to come to attend their clinic. Please note that you need to be at clinic 15 minutes before. No need to come an hour before, nor 2 hours before, because you will not be allowed to enter the premises. So 15 minutes before your clinic, you can come and we would let you enter the outpatient area.
Now she speaks of some of the services that will be resuming and the dates in which these services will be resumed.
Persons are asked to please to be on time for your appointment because, of course, if you're not on time, it can help, it would cause a bit of a backup. And we're trying to avoid overcrowding in our outpatient clinic. If you have a fever or any COVID-like symptom, so coughing, runny nose, chills, we would advise you to call the medical records department and reschedule your appointment because persons with COVID-like symptoms will not be allowed to attend the clinic, except, of course, you have an urgent situation or an emergency. So take note of the following resumptions. From the 11th of October, which was yesterday, we commenced the nephrology clinic, which is the clinic for persons with kidney disease, the oncology clinic, the clinic for persons with cancers, and the physiotherapy department will be starting from next week. From the 18th of October, we start all the other outpatient clinics which are in the outpatient area of the General Hospital. Internal medicine, obstetrics and gynecology, surgical department clinics, including general surgery, orthopedics, neurosurgery, ear, nose and throat, and maxillofacial surgery. So all of these clinics will resume on the 18th of October. From the 1st of November, we will continue to roll out to the Princess Alice Hospital, where we conduct outpatient clinics also. So all the clinics that are generally held at the Princess Alice Hospital will be rolled out from the 1st of November. Princess Royal Hospital, we're also working toward rolling out the clinic from the 1st of November. In terms of surgeries, because we know there are persons who have surgeries pending, and of course, once clinics start, you will have some surgeries to be scheduled. So our elective cases were on hold. However, we continue to do urgent and emergency cases. So now, with the start of our outpatient clinics, we are about to begin to schedule our elective cases.
Thank you very much, Dr. Taisha Donald. Now, some people say that they prefer taking chances with the COVID-19 rather than being vaccinated. However, officials are warning that despite the fact that you may have or you stand a good chances of having mild to moderate symptoms, some of these symptoms can persist long after 14 days, long after you are no longer able to transfer the virus from yourself or to infect another person. It is called long COVID or post-COVID syndrome, as explained here by Dr. Dolland, who says that this is something that everybody needs to know. Just like how there was the chikungunya, and there are some people who suffered some kind of arthritis, and 5 years later they are still suffering from that. He's saying that they are seeing people with some serious problems long after they have recovered from COVID-19.
So what I want to stress to you is that there are some of you out there who may have had mild disease, because 80% of the population who are affected with COVID-19 going to have mild disease. A little body aches, a little headache, a little fever, and you may recover without medical attention. What's about that other 20% who may have moderate to severe disease? Now, anyone, any category, the people who had mild disease, the people who had moderate disease, and the people who had severe disease, all of them can develop a post-COVID syndrome. What are the most common manifestations that we are seeing thus far after you recover from COVID? And usually, those symptoms develop after 4 weeks or so, and they may persist for months. We are seeing people who have what you call a chronic fatigue syndrome. They feel tired all the time. And this is a sequelae of the COVID-19. There are some people who may have dyspnea, a persistence of the shortness of breath. There are some people who may have a persistence of the cough. There are some people who may take weeks before they regain the sense of smell. So all of that are some of the physical symptoms that people may experience after they have initially recovered from COVID-19. So we refer to that as a post-COVID syndrome, or in simple tongue, long COVID. And in long COVID, those symptoms, it may be new symptoms or a persistence of the symptoms that you may have experienced before. Now, there are other minor symptoms that may persist, like your joint pain, your body ache, your dizziness, and all of that. But there are some people who have a persistence of neurological symptoms. For example, we have patients who develop depression. And it's not difficult to understand somebody having gone through moderate or severe COVID and becoming depressed after. It's really a serious illness. There are some people who develop what we call post-traumatic stress disorder. There are some people who develop anxiety. And all of those are what we define as the post-COVID syndrome or long COVID. It's a sequelae of that viral infection.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dolland. All right. Now we move on. Today, a consortium of leading banks in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union announced that it has entered into a definitive agreement to acquire the branches and banking operations of CIBC First Caribbean in Dominica, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Now, the agreement, executed on the 12th of October 2021, is subject to regulatory approval and customary closing conditions. Now, commenting on the transition, Consortium lead and managing director of the Bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines Limited, Derry Williams, asserted, "This acquisition by the consortium represents a significant development in the evolution of banking system of the ECCU once approved by the regulators." Goes on to say that we are very confident that it will lay the basis for further enhanced value creation in these economies and greater prosperity for our society. For our society. Now, the four members of the consortium are the National Bank of Dominica Limited, Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited, St. Kitts and Nevis, Anguilla National Bank Limited, and the Bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines Limited, agent of the consortium. All right. Now they are saying the consortium looks forward to working with the CIBC First Caribbean to finalize the transition over the coming months, with both working diligently to ensure the transition is seamless for all stakeholders. They are saying too that the consortium members are committed to recruiting staff of CIBC First Caribbean as required to maintain and even improve the level of quality of service that the CIBC First Caribbean customers are accustomed to. All right, so there you have it. There you have it. Anyway, we are moving on. Now we're looking for time not to go because I still have a little segment with Brian Grimes. Oh yeah, according to the, no, before I say that, let me take the other one first. Public workers will finally receive their 4% retroactive pay at the end of October. So in a couple days from now, you understand? In a couple days from now, I'll go check out all your paycheck and I'll realize you had a little piece of money on it for you. And that is owing to the persistence of the union. You understand? And with the government and so on, they were able to come to that agreement. Just before coming on the program, we had a discussion with the president of the Public Workers Union, Mr. Brian Grimes, and we just wanted to have an appreciation for what's going on with the Public Workers Union, with the union and the members and the kind of business on the issue of mandatory vaccination. The president says that mandatory vaccination is like medical rape. What's in all the says Mr. Brian Grimes, as we spoke to him, like I said, just before coming on the program. Right, so Brian, the last time I saw you on television or in the news, I know you were talking about some of the gripes that you had as it relates to public workers and so on. Now that we have somewhat settled down a little bit, coming out of the intense phase of the spike, how are public workers coping? How are they making it with regards to new regulations that they might have to contend with going through the next phase of this fight against COVID-19?
Yes. Well, what can I say? It's always a struggle. It's always a struggle. You spoke about an intense phase and the COVID and so forth. But apart from that, before pre-COVID, post-COVID, public officers, there will always be issues. There will always be health and safety issues. There will always be benefits issues. There will always be a multiplicity of issues. Granted, though, the COVID has been at the center of most of the public officers' consternation over the last few months based on certain things that have been happening, and the union has made its presence felt in terms of speaking to those issues. The new regulations, that's a very interesting question. And when I interact with workers, the major thing that they speak about is the issue of mandatory vaccination. Despite the fact that the Prime Minister of the country, and I think I listened to Senator Nolan Cox at the press briefing today, basically state that the government is going to use persuasion and education and so forth in terms of getting the vaccine uptick. That is what they're going to use. And this is what is being said, but what is being done might be subtly different, and they might be going overtly to mandatory vaccination. So that is a serious concern of public officers at this point in time. And we have not gotten any official correspondence that all workers are facing that, or that is an issue. But the truth is, we have workers at daycares under the government, but we haven't gotten any correspondence that certain regulations would apply to them. So there is a concern there. Our union, the Public Workers Union, have been on record as saying, even before mandatory vaccination was topical in this country, we said that we are against mandatory vaccination. So we put that out there as a caveat to say this is the position of our organization. Now, what should be noted, and there should be a distinction, is that the Grenada Public Workers Union understands the importance of vaccination in defeating the pandemic. Yes, we do. But we respect the fundamental right of the human being, and our workers in particular, to say yes or no to what goes into his or her body or their bodies. That is very important. As far as I'm concerned, as the president of the Public Workers Union, if somebody takes the vaccination under duress, so to speak, I view that as medical rape. So yes, in one vein, we understand that science is important in defeating the pandemic, but we should never ever ignore the fundamental right of the workers, and that is a golden trade union principle.
By now you might already have a plan in place should the government take the position of other governments in the Caribbean, not many, but one or two, in implementing or making it mandatory for public workers. What course of action are you prepared to take?
Well, let me just tell you this. I'm happy you asked that question. The fundamental thing in me, or the union, I should say, in doing research on this matter, I have examined the position of the World Health Organization, the position of the International Labour Organization, WHO and ILO, and these are basically governing bodies that governments look to in terms of implementing their policies. Both these organizations categorically stated in their position papers, I think that was done in about the middle of this year, but it still stands. They are against mandatory vaccination as far as a way in making, ensuring that there's an uptick in the vaccination. They are against it. They are saying the best way for us to approach this is through social dialogue. And this is something our union has been complaining about. There has been a high-handed attitude from the government of the day in relation to this matter, and they are just making decisions. For example, you would see there is a period, a fluctuation or an elapsing rather of time between regulations to another regulation. A period of 3 weeks to a month will pass, and then certain stakeholders and certain bodies would see that the regulations come to them and have effect on them, such as maybe barbers, which are not under our bargaining unit, but daycare workers and so forth. And they are shocked because there was no social dialogue or engagement. And our trade union is definitely against that approach. I think that is a recipe for confusion, and it does nothing for the progression and the, for democracy or for defeating this pandemic, because all it does is just create, again, confusion. It creates a resentment against the government of the day. And in this pandemic, we need collaboration from all stakeholders.
And again, the question is, what are you prepared to do should the government decide to go to mandatory vaccination?
Let me just tell you this. Brian Grimes is never shy in regards to speaking his position. I've spoken the position of workers, I've spoken the position of the union, but speaking is one thing. What will happen in terms of the action taken will be decided by our membership. If there is a rallying cry, obviously there is an infringement of rights if the government says mandatory and goes against all the recommendations by the international organizations and so forth, and against the recommendation of the union. It's going to come down to the workers, the rank and file. What are we willing to do? What is the Grenada Trade Union Council willing to do? And what are we willing to do as a body I think in this matter here, it will not be just the PW. I think this is supposed to be a cohesive matter. This is my belief, where all unions under the umbrella of the TUC is supposed to speak out against it and take action if needs be. I want to venture and say I think the Prime Minister of this country is an astute politician. I cannot see in this particular time where collaboration and cohesiveness is so needed in the society to defeat the pandemic, that he will take such a move and know that there will be tremendous opposition to it. You look around, you see what's happening in St. Vincent and so forth. You just look around. You look in Barbados to look on the other side of the coin, and you see that a more collaborative approach has been taken. And the vaccine uptake has been amazing in that country, because there is dialogue, the stakeholders feel important, they are educated, and they make that decision to take that jab, and they feel, no one forced me. So the dignity of the worker is maintained. Now, if you come here and you talk about this is a democracy and so forth, and you tell people, well, if you want to eat, you have to take the vaccine. That is not right. Mikey, and in addition to that, one must understand, there is something called vaccine injury. So in the same vein, while we say vaccines are important and the science has said so, all of us have taken vaccine, what is a government that mandates the vaccine willing to do in terms of liability if something happens? In the rare case something happens, are they going to take responsibility? And that is important. These are all considerations before any government should venture into mandatory vaccination.
All right, thanks for responding to that. And you have agitated, and when I say you, I speak of your union, for quite some time, intensely and consecutively and consistently, and have been successful in getting your 4%. I know that there was some issue with some of the contract workers who did not get their 4%. What's the position on that now? Where are you guys with that negotiations and conversation?
All right, Mike, you're always on the ball. So regarding the 4%, in fact, we just had a meeting today, Tuesday, October 12th, with the Minister of Labor. And we have some very good news for our workers. He has given us absolute assurance that the retroactive, that means the money that is owed from January to July, would be paid at the end of October. Yes, so we as public officers should see that in our bank accounts. They have, based on my understanding, they have done a deal or worked out some business arrangement with a major credit union in our country. And so all public officers have to do is look forward to seeing that money on their account at the end of the month, at the end of October. So our union, 2 months ago, the last time we meet, I believe it was August 10th with the Minister of Labor, and he said categorically, we are not going to hunt with the bonds and go to institutions and face the indignity of being rejected when it is the government that owes us. And they understood our positions, our collective position, because PW also works with TAU and so forth, and they did their due diligence. And I must give credit to the Minister of Labor, Honorable Peter David, for him doing his due diligence and working in the background in that 2 months to find a solution to the problem. And based on what he said to us today, the problem is solved, and public officers should look forward to that money in their accounts at the end of October. So this is something pleasant, one of the few pleasant things that the union can boast about in the last few months, and we are happy to do so.
All right, we are entering the final phase of 2021. What are some of the focuses for the rest of the year from your union?
Right, that's a great question. I don't want to let the cat out the bag, but we are working on some things in the background that will, I think our membership should be pleased about. In due time, well, for example, we have our what we call Public Workers Union Week coming up in the sometime to the middle or the latter part of November. We'll do some things that I think the membership should be pleased about. So I'm not going to speak about it now. So we're going to wait to unwrap our gifts at that particular time.
Brian Grimes, the president of the Public Workers Union, thank you for spending the time with us tonight.
All right, Mikey, it's always great to be on your platform, and to all your listeners and viewers, have a good night. Okay? Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. All right, family, and that was a discussion that we had with Brian Grimes just before coming on tonight's program. We're taking a break right now. Come back. We've got the weather for you and the national report, and we should be getting the COVID-19 numbers soon. If we have not, let me just double check. If we have it, we'll go ahead and give it to you right away. Let me just double check. If not, and we get that before we go off tonight, well, or during the national report, we'll be able to share that with you, all right? So no, we have not yet received it, so we'll be able to share that with you once it comes in. So let's take that quick break and come back shortly. Stay right there.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
Let's get tough on breed your larceny. It will destroy our economy. Larceny threatens our food security. Can hurt us locally, hurt us globally. To all the buyers, ask for license from all produce sellers. To all the people, 300 for police for them thieving fellas. To all the farmers, please don't steal produce from your brother. Then you sell it to traffickers, hotels and street vendors. Nah, man. Let's do all we can to stop radio larceny. New vigilance, new laws, and a tough judiciary. Stop Grenada's organized business crime. It's time.
To report pre-deal larceny, call 300.
It's your summer everything loan from the Communal. Borrow up to $10,000 for all your needs. School supplies, staycation, home renovations, appliances or furniture. You can have it all with a summer everything loan. With competitive interest rates and same-day approvals, you can't beat this loan special. Not a member? Join today to get onto this exciting offer. It's your summer everything loan from the Communal. Apply today and take advantage of this exciting offer. Visit the nearest Communal branch or call us at 440-1755 for more information. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Rich, smooth, delicious, and packed with vitamins that could only be one thing. It's Rika Almond Beverage. Great on its own or a lovely addition to smoothies. So call Superb Distributors on 435-2948 or visit us at Tempe St. George's today. Remember, Rika is life and life is Rika.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016 or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Showtime shopping quarters. We got all the things you want. So many ways to shop. You can pick up curbs
Government, private sector, civil society, academia, farmers, the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Forestry, in collaboration with the Food and Agriculture Organization, invites you to World Food Day 2021, the virtual edition, under the theme, Our Actions Are Our Future, Better Production, Better Nutrition, a Better Environment, and a Better Life. Join us October 15 from 9:30 a.m. via Zoom, Facebook, GIS, and Real FM, as we recognize and celebrate the many successes of the agriculture sector.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Ministry of Health announces changes to hospital services and resumption of outpatient clinics. We'll have details to this story and more in the national report. With the details to the news for Tuesday, October 12th, 2021, I am Chrisanne Mitchell. The Ministry of Health has announced some changes to the general operations and delivery of hospital services, one of which is the resumption of outpatient clinics. Acting Director of Hospital Services, Dr. Taisha Donald, said some of the changes are currently in effect, while others will commence on Monday, October 18th. The ministry was forced to make adjustments to the daily operations at the General Hospital, Princess Alice, and other health facilities following the spike in COVID-19 cases from mid-August to protect lives and prevent further spread of the disease. During Tuesday's post-cabinet briefing, Dr. Donald said the changes are being made in view of the significant decrease in the positivity rate of COVID-19 cases.
From the 11th of October, which was yesterday, we commenced the nephrology clinic, which is the clinic for persons with kidney disease, the oncology clinic, the clinic for persons with cancers, and the physiotherapy department will be starting from next week. From the 18th of October, we start all the other outpatient clinics which are in the outpatient area of the General Hospital. Internal medicine, obstetrics and gynecology, surgical department clinics, including general surgery, orthopedics, neurosurgery, ear, nose, and throat, and maxillofacial surgery. So all of these clinics will resume on the 18th of October. From the 1st of November, we will continue to roll out to the Princess Alice Hospital, where we conduct outpatient clinics also. So all the clinics that are generally held at the Princess Alice Hospital will be rolled out from the 1st of November. Princess Royal Hospital, we're also working toward rolling out the clinic from the 1st of November.
Appointments will be given and the medical records department will contact patients, informing them of the time they need to attend clinic. They are required to arrive at least 15 minutes before their scheduled appointment. Those with a fever or any COVID-like symptoms are advised to contact the medical records department to reschedule their appointment. While emergency surgeries continued, elective surgeries were placed on hold. These will now be scheduled from November 1st. Dr. Donald says there will be some changes with the resumption.
All persons coming into General Hospital for surgery will have to have a PCR test done 48 to 72 hours prior to the surgery. And on the morning of the surgery, you'd be expected to do an antigen test. So we just want persons to be reminded of that protocol and to take note. Persons for surgery all do what we call a pre-op check, which includes blood tests, sometimes X-ray, ultrasounds, ECGs. So because of the COVID-19 pandemic, one of the added things to the pre-op check was that of a PCR test. So yes, the PCR test has a cost. It's $135. Persons will do it 48 to 72 hours prior. And this PCR testing is to assist in caring for and protecting both patients and staff within the operating theater setting, which is a very high-risk area. So we need to know their status prior to surgery because added precautions would be taken once they're known to be positive. The antigen testing, which is done just before the surgery, it's free of cost. So this is at no charge to the patient.
A COVID-19 patient liaison group was established to improve communication between patients at the isolation unit, their families, and medical personnel in the unit, and this will continue. With 66% or 2/3 of the population still unvaccinated, Grenada remains at risk for another surge in COVID-19 cases. That warning from head of the COVID-19 medical response team, Dr. Dolan Noel. Dr. Noel, who is also the head of internal medicine at the General Hospital, warned that people should not develop a false sense of security because of the drop in COVID-19 cases. When Grenada transitioned to community spread in mid-August, the country recorded hundreds of positive cases on some days, but the number has started to significantly dwindle, with the latest data from the Ministry of Health showing there were 27 new confirmed cases on Monday. Dr. Noel says they are now monitoring several cases of post-COVID-19 syndrome, which means that long-term effects occur within weeks or months after recovery from the viral infection. Ongoing studies have shown that the symptoms can be new or persistent ones experienced during the virus. Dr. Noel says just as many people suffer from long-term effects of Zika or chikungunya, so too are others from COVID-19.
There are already people who have a sequelae of COVID-19, those who have recovered. And what happens? Usually the course of the illness is about 7 to 14 days. Most patients who come through our institution recover and are discharged within 7 to 14 days. However, there are some people who develop what you call a post-COVID syndrome. There are many terms for it. Some literature refer to it as chronic COVID-19. Some studies refer to it as post-acute sequelae of COVID-19. But the long and short of it is after you have recovered, there are some people who develop new symptoms or have a persistence of the ongoing symptoms, and we refer to that as post-COVID syndrome or post-acute sequelae of COVID-19.
Dr. Noel explained that individuals suffering from post-COVID syndrome can experience anxiety, fatigue, and shortness of breath.
Usually, those symptoms develop after 4 weeks or so, and they may persist for months. We are seeing people who have what you call a chronic fatigue syndrome. They feel tired all the time, and this is a sequelae of the COVID-19. There are some people who may have dyspnea, a persistence of the shortness of breath. There are some people who may have a persistence of the cough. There are some people who may take weeks before they regain the sense of smell. So all of that are some of the physical symptoms that people may experience after they have initially recovered from COVID-19. Joint pain, your body ache, your dizziness, and all of that. But there are some people who have a persistence of neurological symptoms. For example, we have patients who develop depression. And it's not difficult to understand somebody having gone through moderate or severe COVID and becoming depressed after. It's really, really a serious illness. There are some people who develop what we call post-traumatic stress disorder.
This is the National Report. The news will continue after the break.
Government, private sector, civil society, academia, farmers, the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Forestry, in collaboration with the Food and Agriculture Organization, invites you to World Food Day 2021, the virtual edition, under the theme, Our Actions Are Our Future, Better Production, Better Nutrition, a Better Environment, and a Better Life. Join us October 15 from 9:30 a.m. via Zoom, Facebook, GIS, and Real FM, as we recognize and celebrate the many successes of the agriculture sector.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Health is encouraged by the weekly decline in the COVID-19 positivity rates. From the period September 21st to September 27th, Grenada recorded 113 positive cases, 55 deaths, and 74 hospitalizations. Within the last week, October 5th to 11th, 31 cases were recorded, with 18 deaths and 23 hospitalizations. However, Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, with responsibility for hospital services and community health services, Hannah Julian St. Paul, said she is not satisfied with the current vaccination rate and commended those who have taken the initiative to get vaccinated. To date, 27,513 persons are fully vaccinated and 8,784 are partially vaccinated, giving Grenada a 29.34% vaccination rate. She warned against getting comfortable in the face of reduced positive cases.
This is a bit troubling for us at the Ministry of Health. It leaves us to ask the question, are we getting comfortable with the decline in the positivity rate? The number of new infections has been dropping consistently in the last 3 weeks. However, one death is one too many. We wish to take the opportunity to appeal to all. Let us not lower our guard because the reduced level of positivity and restrictions. Let us all remember that while the numbers are down, the virus is still in our midst.
Data from the Ministry of Health's COVID-19 dashboard shows there are currently 321 active cases. Director of Hospital Services, Dr. Taisha Donald, spoke on the current hospitalized cases at the various hospitals.
Presently, we have a total of 321 active cases, and of them, 33 cases are admitted, 28 at the General Hospital and 5 at the Princess Alice Hospital, with no admissions at the Princess Royal Hospital. So based on this, we're noting that there's a significant decrease in the number of cases that we have in hospital in comparison to weeks before. And for that, we're very happy. However, we cannot lose our guard. We still have to continue to follow the guidelines, follow our protocols, and ensure that we do mandatory wearing of face mask and wearing it properly, to continue to hand sanitize, and to continue to avoid large crowds.
Continuing the news, government has announced the resumption of its farm labor support and debushing program. Infrastructure Development Minister Honorable Norland Cox, who on Tuesday shared an update on both programs during the government's post-cabinet media brief, said the programs are being resumed with strict observance to COVID-19 protocols. Government stopped the farm labor and debushing programs due to the recent spike in COVID-19 cases and the potential threat to lives. However, as of Monday, October 11th, gangs started work throughout the island on the nation's roads under the debushing program. Minister Cox said by Wednesday all teams will be deployed. He said COVID-19 protocols must be observed to prevent the further spread of the virus.
The program, as we know, we're just coming back because of the recent spike that we had. And as such, we have to be more vigilant as the workers go out there. So we have discussed extensively over the past 2 weeks before we commence to ensure that we prepare the workers to go back out there to do their tasks. As such, we have advocating and also putting in place the fullest adherence to the protocols that are established in our regulations regarding mask mandate, the distancing, physical distancing, and of course sanitizing where necessary or possible. The parliamentary representatives, they have also gone further in terms of their commitment towards this fight against COVID, and they have given a commitment to engage the workers through this program on the job. So within the next fortnight or so, in passing by, you may see parliamentary reps engaging with the workers. They too will be engaging them, talking to them. For some of the persons who might be still on the fence in terms of vaccination and being COVID smart in this particular time.
Minister Cox also announced that support to farmers under the Farm Labor Program will resume to push the government's agenda to increase agricultural productivity. He cleared the air on recent talks that said participants must be vaccinated to be given a contract. He said although government continues to underscore the importance of vaccination in the fight against the virus, beneficiaries are not obligated to be vaccinated.
There is no mandatory request for persons to vaccinate to participate in this program, but we are strongly advocating and also ensuring that persons adhere to the current protocols as regards to the mask, wearing of masks, physical distancing, and sanitizing while they conduct the work during this program. We are asking you to just, when you come out to do your work, to ensure that you wear your mask, observe the protocols, keep the physical distancing, and to sanitize your hands as much as possible, wash your hands. So that is what we are asking. We are continuing to advocate through more persuasion, vaccination for persons in this group of workers as well who have not yet made the decision to get vaccinated.
That story brought us to the end of the National Report for Tuesday, October 12th, 2021. On behalf of the entire news and production team here at the Government Information Service, I am Chrisanne Mitchell saying thank you for joining us. Until
Thank you, and sorry for that end there, all right? I'm very sorry, a little quick on the trigger there. Thanks again, Chrisanne Mitchell and the rest of the GIS team. Now let's take a look at the weather for tonight and tomorrow. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy with a few brief light to moderate showers and a low chance of lightning and thunder. It's expected to be about 25 degrees as the low, the minimum temperature for tonight, all right? Winds northeasterly to east southeasterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Seas moderate to slightly rough with waves 5 to 7 feet in northerly swells. And a marine advisory remains in effect. And that's your weather report for tonight. Let's take a look at tomorrow. Your sun is expected to rise at 5:57 a.m. and set at 5:51 p.m. Weather is expected to be tomorrow partly cloudy, breezy and hazy, becoming cloudy at times with light to moderate showers and a low chance of lightning and thunder. And the minimum temperature for tomorrow is expected to be about 24.5 degrees Celsius and the max 30.5 degrees Celsius. Winds easterly to southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas moderate to slightly rough with waves 6 to 8 feet in northerly swells. A marine advisory remains in effect, and that is our weather report for tonight and tomorrow. Okay, let's take a look at the, let me see, the people who are online. Okay, we see that we have quite a bit of people currently tuned in on YouTube, so we say thank you to our YouTube viewers as well. We want to say hello to those of you on Facebook who are chatting. That's how we know, that's how we say hi to people who we see chatting, all right? And so we see here, we have Michelle, we have Zaka, we have Kireen, we have Lorraine, Shomin, we have Vicky, we have Cynthia, we have Rolanda, we have Sharon, we have Della, and Shireen again. Well, Facebook take, I don't even know. Zach might falling asleep on the wheel. Joel, what's happening? Joel and Osric. And Kireen, yes, thank you for watching as well. Hey, Della, yes, all the best to you as well, okay? And the Mikey Live Helping Hands Foundation, thank you again, all the members of the foundation. Glenda, I see you're there, and Kenny, we see that you're there as well, Kenny, so blessings to you as well. Princess, hello to you, and Walter, hello to you, and who else is there with us? Roxanne, how are you, Roxanne, and your family? Lintona, hello to you as well. Meryl McQueen and the McQueen family, hello, Mom and Lintona, yes, hello to you as well. Charmaine and Brenda, what's happening? Thank you for watching, and well, we exhaust our time, so let me go at me home. All right. Anyway, guys, take care of yourselves. We'll see you again. Let's go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we all say, ja, no. Again, take care of yourselves and your family until we meet again. Goodbye.